On the peaceful night of July 9th, 1958, an 8.3 magnitude earthquake on the Mercalli scale struck along the Fairweather fault line in Alaska, creating a landslide of 90 million tons of rock that plunged into Gilbert Inlet 3,000 feet below. The impact created a mega tsunami that demolished the southwestern shoreline of the Gilbert Inlet. The huge wall of water raged the entire length of Lituya Bay, over Lituya Spit, and into the Gulf of Alaska. This tsunami tore trees from the stumps by the millions and washed them into the bay. This huge wave was big even for a tsunami, as tsunamis are usually only 100 feet high, but this huge wave was 17 times that at 1,720 feet tall, taller even than the Empire State Building in New York City, and nearly twice as high as the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. This tsunami was 24 times as tall as the Japan tsunami in 2011 that left 1,600 dead, 6,000 injured, and 4,000 missing. But this tsunami only killed 2 people, luckily sparing a few sailors that had been out at sea that night. 2 of the lucky survivors were Howard Urich and his son. They had gone to sleep after an unsuccessful day of fishing. It was about 10:15 p.m. when their fishing boat started swaying violently. Howard ran onto the deck and saw the high peaks with clouds of dust and flying snow swirling about their summits. Filled with fear, he watched for 2 minutes or more until his attention was attracted to a new sight. There was a gigantic wall of water which he thought to be 1,800 feet high, erupting against the western mountain and then coming down into the bay. It cut a path through the trees and swished into Lituya Bay, now a wall of water 50 feet high. Suddenly realizing he had to move, he threw a life jacket to his son and somehow got the engine going, but failed to pull up the anchor in time. The tsunami picked up his boat, and just like that, his 40 fathoms of anchor chain snapped like a twig. The boat was swept onto what was dry land just a second ago, and then Ulrich remembered his radio. Shouting into it, he said, "Mayday, Mayday! I think we've had it. Goodbye!" But the waves suddenly changed course, sparing the Ulriches and their fishing boat. They soon found themselves retelling their adventure to every magazine all over the country, all wanting to hear how they had survived riding the biggest wave in recorded history. But what's the big question everyone's asking? Could this monster disaster happen again? Could another monster-sized tsunami hit the west coast of the U.S.? Scientists think so. The region is in the heart of the world's most active seismic zone, the Pacific Ring of Fire. Fortunately, Lituya Bay was nearly uninhabited, so the damage to homes and people were minimal. But next time it is almost inevitable that it will strike a more populated area. Northern California could see a significant tsunami caused by a large earthquake off Alaska, whereas Southern California is at a lesser risk because it could only be caused by undersea landslides that would be caused by smaller earthquakes off of California.